All right. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Super Bowl week. Got a little Bad Bunny to set the mood. Not sure how I feel about that, but we'll see.
The holding comments.
Yeah, careful. Oh,
Your
man.
grandfather's favorite halftime show, Bad Bunny.
There's going to be a lot of people turning their TVs off, I bet, from
I can't
50s
wait
and
for
up.
the Facebook comments. If you have, wait for the Facebook comments, man. The first post of Bad Bunny wears dress at halftime. Go read the Pawpaw's comments underneath. It's gonna be hilarious.
We won't have to, so we're going to be watching Newsmax or Turning Point USA. It's going to have Kid Rock and Brantley Gilbert and all those guys.
Yeah, faith-based Kid Rock. Yeah.
Oh,
Is it faith-based Kid Rock?
That's what it said in the advertisement for Turning Point, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyways.
We got Jelly Roll.
Yeah. Super Bowl week is upon us, boys. We've had a awesome season. Sad that it's over, but excited to see what takes place in the Super Bowl 60, I believe, in San Francisco or Santa Clara.
Is it 60? Is it 60?
Which is Santa? Yeah, it is 60. Which is the San Francisco stadium.
Yeah, watch out for electrical currents. But
yeah.
Anyways, let's get rolling. So obviously it's a little bit different. I'm going to let Gabe talk about this for a second. This is a showdown lineup because there is one game this weekend, and that is it. So I'm going to let Gabe talk a little bit about showdown strategy before we get rolling. We'll do our favorite picks, Patriot captain, favorite pick, Seahawk captain. But Gabe, if you could give us a little bit of a strategy here going into showdown, because this is probably new. We only do this on the TikTok channel. So
yeah. So if you look at the screen, you'll see the Draftkings showdown lineup, how you said it. You have to pick a captain, which is the person you expect to basically have the best day, or a mix of salary versus production. They'll score you 1.5 total points. They'll get a multiplier for that, and they also cost 1.5 times their normal salary. And you'll fill out the rest of your roster with flex positions. But your captain pick is the most important pick you can have, because if you miss on that captain pick, most likely your lineup will not do well because of that 1.5 times multiplier. So going to walk through. It's a little different than our classic lineups where you go through a traditional fantasy football lineup. It's just for one game. So we're going to try and walk through some of our favorite plays this week for the showdown lineup for people that aren't familiar with it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we do, we'll kind of a rundown. If you're listening to this, we're going to do captain picks, kind of where we see some value plays to support our captain picks. We're going to do a little prop action. First time touchdown, our first TD of the game, anytime TD, and our Super Bowl MVP as we kind of wrap up season 2 of the print. But let's jump into captains, baby. Who wants to go first?
Start off with Gabe.
Me?
Gabriel, you go first.
All right, I'll go first. So as far as the captain pick for the New England Patriots, I won't spend too much time on it because I know somebody on this channel whose name starts with a B. Really likes this guy a lot, but Ramondre Stevenson for the Patriots, I think, is a pretty clear option for me for the captain spot position. Seattle has been really good in every aspect on defense, but the volume that Stevenson's getting this year has been insane, especially in the playoffs. Kind of broke that. Saw a breakdown of why he's playing so much. They really do not trust Travion Henderson in any other role besides like a change of pace in terms of when it comes to like running the ball in the right spot, finding the holes in pass protection. He's really struggled, and they've leaned on Stevenson heavy. And in the biggest game of the year, I really don't see that changing. And Stevenson is I believe he's the 4th cheapest player or 5th cheapest player on the entire slate, behind Kenneth Walker and the 2 quarterbacks in Njigba. So with that volume and just the mix of the price, I like Ramondre Stevenson with his volume. And he hasn't scored a touchdown, I don't think, in the last 3 weeks, receiving or rushing. And I am very much a proponent of people being due. I view it almost as like a jump shot in basketball that with every miss, the next one is more likely to go in. So just keep shooting. And so I like.
Speaking my
language. Is that accurate?
There, brother.
There are people that say that the last shot you take has nothing to do with the next shot, but I disagree. When you,
Did you just
you
did you just say that the next shot's more likely to go in after a missed shot?
yes, just by averages, if you
Do you
shoot
watch the
35
Pelicans? I
completion,
mean, do you watch the New Orleans Pelicans every night?
We're
if you
derailing already, boys.
if you're a 40% three point shooter and you shoot a shot and you miss three in a row, it's the law of averages. I mean, eventually
It's going
one's
in.
going in. I mean, it has to. I mean, you miss. I mean, it's just that's my opinion. There are differing opinions on statistical accuracy of that. Like I said, people will say your previous whatever performance has nothing to do with your next one or your whatever you've done. So anyway, but I don't believe that. That's not my philosophy. I believe that if something hasn't happened in a while, it's happened already this year 9 times.
Yep.
It's going to happen again eventually at some point. So
100%.
that's my opinion.
I
But
love it.
that's my Patriots pick. For AJ Barner is who I'm going with in the Seahawks, because I'm going extremely cheap
Wow.
in that spot, mainly because he's the second most dangerous receiving weapon in the red zone this year for the Seahawks, behind Njigba. I don't see any way that Njigba has that crazy, unbelievable game against the Patriots defense, unless for some reason the referees just decide to completely throw caution out the window and let them just, abuse Jigba on the outside and call 1,500 penalties, and basically gets a free run for the entire game, which is possible considering they love offense and they want offense in the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
I kind of expect it to be a physical game, and I expect the Patriots to take Jigba away, especially in the red zone. And if that's the case, AJ Barner, I think, with his potential for a tush-push touchdown and also 7 touchdowns on the year, second most on the team from a receiving standpoint, I think he's a sneaky pick to get in the end zone. A little foreshadowing there for a pick down the road.
I like
But
it.
those are my two captains this week, and I like the flexibility you get with AJ Barner is insane. He's listed at
Yeah, it's
48.
huge.
He's listed at 4,800, behind some of the kickers and Cooper. He's behind both the kickers actually in terms of salary projection this week. So it's for me, I think it's a great pick if you're trying to hit some touchdown upside there and also put some of the chalkier quarterbacks in
Yeah.
with the running backs.
Yeah, you get low ownership too at the captain spot for Barner. So if he does go
Right.
off, you're separating yourself early.
Yeah, and I'll say he's been a volatile player. He's had some up and down year. He's had some up and down games. He only has 532 yards on the season receiving, but 7 touchdowns. And you're going to have to get a touchdown from him because he's not a volume receiver in terms of yards, but he has the potential to get some catches. He has 54 receptions, but you need a touchdown from him. And so I looked up the defense. Patriots defense let up 7 touchdowns this year to tight ends. It's about mid-tier. It's not the worst.
Yep.
It's not the best. I think the Bengals were the league's worst with 16.
Oh,
so, yeah.
It's bad.
The
They were league
Bengals
worst
defense
across the
letting up touchdown
board.
to tight ends, yeah. So he's not going up against a team that's a juggernaut in terms of keeping tight ends out of the end zone. So this game will potentially be low scoring. Like I said, it's going to depend a lot on how the refs call it. But yeah, I like AJ Barner.
I like it. I'll roll. So I'll go. Cole will go, and then we'll kind of go through our lineups for the Patriot captain and the Seahawks captain. But Gabe, I'm with you 100%. I love Ramondre Stevenson this week. Biggest reason why is a snap share last week proved that they trust him, obviously, and they do not trust Travion Henderson. He had 94% of snaps at the running back position compared to Henderson's 6, which is crazy. Because even during like midway through the season, they were 50-50, kind of splitting. And then all of a sudden you get to the playoffs and it's just ramped up every week. So yeah. I like that play a lot. One of the things too, I kind of went on a deep search, kind of went down a rabbit hole, but I was reading a little bit about the Seahawks defense, and they're predicated basically on their defensive line. They don't bring up safety. They usually play 2 safeties high, relying on their defensive line to make the stop at the line of scrimmage, which is awesome if you're Ramondre Stevenson, because that means you should have even numbers in the box, or maybe even one up depending on what formation you're in. So I think there's going to be the ability to run if they don't bring that safety down, which I think is like 40 something percent of the time they're playing too high safety. So I think that's a big benefit. And then this was a stat that kind of put me on the Ramondre Stevenson train. Is Seahawks have allowed the most receptions per game to the running back position at 5.79, which that in itself, if he gets 5, that's basically a touchdown there. And they're also the sixth most yards per game to the running back through the air is 39.26.
All right,
So,
I have to do this because you guys are doing it. So
oh,
let me
dude,
clip this.
I'm in the garage and it's freezing cold because I don't have any heat out here, so I'm freezing my tail off. Which I shouldn't
I just
complain
did it
that
because
much.
I just did it because I wanted to mess with Britton.
Yeah.
I noticed it and I was like, well, why are they doing it? Sorry, Britton,
Literally.
derailed
No,
you.
you're
I'm
good.
sorry. You were
You're
flowing. You were
good.
flowing. You were flowing it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Kick back.
But that, I think to me, ability to receive the ball from Drake May is a big win for Ramondre Stevenson, because if he gets close to those numbers, you're talking about 8 to 9 points just in receiving. That doesn't even count when he gets rushing or if he gets a touchdown. So just based on the statistics of it, I really like that play. And then for Seattle, I don't have Barner, but I do have Cup, because Cup also frees up a lot of salary for you, which is why I like him. He's a cheap captain that allows you to get both quarterbacks in and Jackson Smith and Jigba. Big thing for him is last week he played 78% of snaps. He's basically been wide receiver 2 snap share wise to JSN all year long. He had 6 targets last week, which was second most on the team. He also had a TD. And this is kind of a legacy game for Cooper Kupp. And if you look at their roster, he's the only receiver, tight end, quarterback that's been in this spot before. He's played in the Super Bowl with the Rams. So with him having that experience, I do like that play a lot this week. Cooper Kupp at I think it's 5,400. It does free up a lot of salary to allow you to get some of the heavy hitters in your lineup. So those are the two that I'm kind of circling for this week. Ramondre Stevenson for the Patriots and Cooper Kupp for the Seahawks. C-Swag. What you got, baby?
Yeah, I can't agree more with the Ramondre Stevenson pick. And the reason why is because I think this might be, or has the potential to be, one of the worst or most boring Super Bowls of all time.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I agree.
I think Mike Vrabel kind of can see the offensive output of Seattle and instantly start saying, our defense is so good, we need to shorten this game. So I'm expecting Ramondre Stevenson to get a lot of touches. So yeah. I'm going with Ramondre Stevenson on the New England side. On Seattle's side, I'm going with Kenneth Walker. I feel like if Jackson Smith and Jigba's going to be able to have any kind of output, then they're going to have to soften the middle up with Kenneth Walker and make them stack the box more and get some more attention in the middle. So I really like the two running backs in this. Now, they're both going to eat up a bunch of salary, and you're going to have to find ways to fill gaps. That's a big part of showdowns and things like that. So I've filled my gaps with, if I'm expecting a low-scoring game, both defenses. And I'm going to also throw in some kickers in there as well. So we're just filling gaps.
I think, you know how many times I've seen somebody have that lineup and win, and I just morally and ethically, for the love of the game, can't do it. That's one of my flaws. And I lose.
If that's if it comes down to it, like I expect, like Britton said, he expects a 10-7 game. I mean, the kickers and whoever scores that one touchdown for each team, is going to be the guys that win it. So
yeah, I mean, the stones you have to pick that, I don't have them.
Well,
so I applaud you.
I agree with you that they don't want the Super Bowl to be low scoring, but Mike Vrabel's also the kind of coach to be like, "F it, I don't care. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl."
I was going to touch on Sam Darnold pause when we get to our lineups, but
yeah, we'll talk about it in just a second. Yeah. All right, so we've kind of given our captain picks. Let's do our lineups really quickly, and then we'll kind of talk about who we like to pair with them, and then if we see any potential value out there this week that maybe is flying a little bit under the radar. Obviously, we've seen these teams the most of anybody this season. So there's not a whole lot of players that had the potential to fly under the radar, but we'll talk a little bit about that. So Gabe, go ahead, roll out your Patriots first, Seahawks second showdown lineups.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a trust me, fade me segment here. We all have two lineups. I'm gonna start out with my trust me here. I got Kenneth Walker in the captain spot, AJ Barner, Hunter Henry, Matt Collins, Drake May, and Ramondre Stevenson. And I think when you're making these lineups, I think you have to do some sort of game script type of a simulation or analysis in your mind of how you think it's going to go. And obviously, with 4 Patriots players, I'm pretty much telling you that I do not trust Sam Darnold. That doesn't mean I don't like Sam Darnold and I don't want him to win, because out of all the players in the Super Bowl, there's nobody I want more to win than Sam Darnold for all the crap he's had to go through. But for some reason, on the big stage, the biggest stage, I've seen Sam Darnold fold like a cheap lawn chair, and I just don't really know if I trust him enough in this spot to go with him. So that's my trust me lineup. Now, let me hit you with a fade me lineup here. I've got Matt Collins in the captain spot, AJ Barner, Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Stephon Diggs, and Ramondre Stevenson. If you think Sam Darnold has it in him to be that guy, then that's the lineup for you. And if you trust Matt Collins, but that's my 2 lineups. Trust me, fade me, do whatever you think, but I don't trust Sam Darnold.
You know, I love Matt Collins, but that is a bold captain lineup right there, brother.
Don't worry, I'm gonna talk about when we get to the value picks. I'll tell you why I like Matt Collins.
Okay, I love it. All right, I'll go. I've got Patriots Seahawks lineups. I am under the impression that if it's either going to be 10-7 Patriots or it's going to be like 28-10 Seahawks. So I'm going to lean Seahawks as the trust me lineup here. I've got Cooper Kupp in my captain spot, Sam Darnold, JSN, Drake May, Matt Collins, and AJ Barner for my lineup there. Biggest thing, like I said earlier, Cooper Kupp just frees up so much lineup where you can get Drake May, JSN, and Drake May. So that's my favorite there. Fade me. If the game script is 10-7, which it very well could be, I've got Ramondre Stevenson at my captain spot, JSN, Cooper Kupp, Sam Darnold, Andy Borregales. How do you say that? The kicker. Borregales. Can't read. Thank you.
Attaboy.
And then Rashid Shaheed. Yeah, I've been consistent all year long. You can't doubt that. Can't deny that for sure. Can't read, can't spell. I see these names and it's like I got dyslexia all of a sudden.
We had one week this year where you missed, and there was a name. I can't remember what name it was, but dude, we were sitting there the whole time like, I wish Burton was here to pronounce that name.
Yeah, I know. It's been a rough year for me. I'm gonna start getting my phone to read these names out loud to me before we get on here next year.
I've got to find it. Next year, I've got to write down the ones you say wrong so I can put a compilation.
It's pretty bad, dude. I'm telling you, I look at these names and it just jumbles up. I'm like, I don't have a clue, but that's all right. Cole, what you got for your lineups, man?
Yeah, Flo, when you almost got us canceled for the Shimmering Dyke earlier this year, I was very worried about where this podcast is going to be able to go after that. But
yeah.
I really hope. I can't wait for some of these guys for next year, just to hear those names again, man. But yeah, the trust me lineup's going to be the Patriots heavy one. I'm going Ramondre Stevenson as the captain. I'm expecting a 10-7 game, by the way. I'm going Patriots defense. I'm going Andy Borregales. I'm going the booty bandit himself, Drake May, and then Kenneth Walker.
Sorry, go ahead. You got another one. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, slow it down a little bit. Let me get my picks out, dude.
All right. Finish.
But fade me on this one. I've got Kenneth Walker as the captain. A lot of touches, heavy touches. Seattle Seahawks defense, Patriots defense, double D. We're going double D. We're filling gaps with Ds. Um, Jake Myers or Jason Myers, excuse me. Sorry, Jackson Smith and Jigba and Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, I've heard that's
I
your
like
favorite
it.
type of lineup. The double D. Take it whichever side you want. The double D lineup. Oh,
If you want to
the
get
good or
deep down,
the bad,
if
man.
you want to get deep down, that's a great lineup.
That thing's got some upside. It's got some upside. It's got some downside. That double D, those double Ds. All right. Anyway,
Wow.
I was gonna say,
This is Fantasy
youth
Blueprint
minister,
After Dark.
youth minister. um, I do not think it's gonna be 10-7, only because I
You think
think
it's going to
Roger
be
Goodell.
6-7?
I think it's gonna be. I think Goodell's gonna have his hands all up in this with the referees, and he's gonna be saying, he's gonna be saying, he's gonna be telling them to create some offense and start and call some penalties and get some first downs. I don't think they want to see a dry Super Bowl.
What do they want? What kind of Super Bowl do they want?
They want fluid Super Bowl, lots of points, not a lot of stalled drives, is what I think. So I don't have any D in my lineup. Definitely no double D's, that's for sure.
Avoid the D.
Avoid the D at all costs.
No touch the D.
All right. All right. Wow. That whole segment just went to crap real fast, boys.
It
Let's
went
go.
south when he said Goodell was going to have his hands all in it. I mean,
Nah, it went south way before that, brother. But we need to move on before we get canceled. All right. Favorite supporting roles for our lineup / value plays that you see out there. I'm sorry. I'm done.
he's going to
Dude.
have his hands all in it along with the refs.
Oh man. Dang, dude. We got to get back on the rails, boys.
It's the last week, man. Just have some fun. It's the last week. It'll be a long time before we do this again.
We'll cut it in post.
We'll cut it in post. All right, Gabe. Favorite supporting role / value plays you see out there this week?
All right. So obviously my first one was the captain in my Fabian lineup, but I like Matt Collins. Coming back from the injury, it was a little bit questionable whether or not he'd be able to make this playoff run with his abdomen injury, but they worked him back into the lineup, and he was able to get some production in the last few games. Before his injury in weeks 15 and 16, he was coming off 8 targets and 9 targets in those 2 games. And it was clear to me that I think that may have been without Kayshon Boutte, but it was clear to me that they trusted Matt Collins to get him the ball. And he's had a game this year with 10 targets. So I do think Matt Collins has some sneaky upside in terms of pass catching, especially if they take Diggs away and maybe the Booty Bandit. So I think there is some potential for Matt Collins at 3,600, a very, very low price, considering the fact that at week 13 and week 12 this year in a showdown contest, he was listed at a price of 6,200.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you're talking about getting him at a 3,600 price. I think as a flex play, he's probably the best play out there value wise.
Yeah.
But I do think he'll be pretty significantly highly owned. But I think that's for good reason at the price. So I think you can put him in there and be confident that he'll have a pretty solid floor at that price. And then my second value play is, like you guys mentioned, is Cooper Kupp, mainly due to the fact that his 2 best outputs this year practically were the last 2 weeks in the playoffs. Clearly trying to get him the ball, and he scored a touchdown last week. And I do think that the Patriots are going to take Njigba away. What I think the Patriots are going to do is just my opinion. I think they're going to obviously double Njigba bracket and figure out a way to keep him out the game, and they're going to heat Sam Darnold up. Like, they're going to try and get Sam Darnold uncomfortable, and they already do a good job shutting the run down. So the only reason I like Kenneth Walker is because of his pass catching upside. I mean, I don't think they're going to have a ton of success running the ball. So I do think they're going to take the run away, and they're going to make Sam Darnold find somebody else beside Njigba and quick read and quick pass situations by trying to heat him up with the blitz and kind of disguising coverage. So I don't think, like I said, I'm fading Sam Darnold. I'm also kind of fading Njigba because I think the price there in a low scoring game. Like you said, Cole, if it is low scoring, then it's going to be hard to be at that price. But it's all going to depend on, like I said, how the flow of the game goes with the referees. But I think the price for Njigba is a little too high, just mainly due to the fact that even if they score a lot of points, I don't think the Patriots are going to let Njigba go off.
I like that. That's it. That's all you got.
Those are my two. Yeah, those are my two value plays. I didn't want to take too many because I wanted to give you guys the flexibility to name some other guys.
Perfect. Is that it? The dude was just talking for 10 minutes.
It was only 2 or 3 guys usually.
I didn't want to. I mean, I didn't want to snipe both of you. I didn't want to take all the players. Like, I think I like these guys, and you had nothing to say. So I don't. I mean, I could talk myself pretty much into anybody.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, let me talk you into a bunch of guys because my laundry list is long right here.
You're not talking me into a bunch of guys.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so favorite supporting role for me is got to be Drake May. He's high priced, but I think his rushing upside. I don't necessarily want to put him in my captain spot, but I feel like he's got a safe floor. If you look at him in the playoffs, he had 10 rushes for 66 yards against the Chargers, 4 for 10 against the Texans, and then last week against Denver, he had 10 for 65 and a touchdown. So 2 to 3 weeks, he's at 60-plus yards. He did have a rushing touchdown this playoffs already. So I feel like his legs make him more valuable than Darnold. So he's more – I like that play a lot more than Darnold this week just because of the rushing upside. The second guy I've got on my list is Rashid Shaheed at 4,200. New England really struggled punting last week. Now, granted, they were in a blizzard, but they did struggle last week to punt. You make one mistake against Shaheed, you're going to pay. We've seen that multiple times already in his short tenure at Seattle, returning kicks, returning punts, turned the games around for Seattle a couple times this year. So with his extra ability to return punts and kicks, he's one of my favorite plays as well. And he had one of his highest snap shares last week for Seattle since he got there at like 57%. So we've seen them try to run the ball with him, pass. He's a deep threat. And then his ability to return makes him special. So I like him this week at 4,200. You talked about Matt Collins. You know, I love Matt Collins. I got to be careful what I'm saying because y'all are calling everything out. But I do love Matt Collins a lot. I won't spend any time talking about him. The only thing, well, I'll say one thing. He played 61% of snaps, which was the second highest to any receiver for New England last week. And that's coming off 4 weeks of injury. Now he's got 2 weeks rest. So I'd imagine him to be somewhere in the 70 to 75% range being on the field. And he also led the team in receiving yards last week with 51. So very cheap at 3,600. Love that play. I'm going to talk about a guy named George Halani. And you can double check that I said his name right because I probably didn't. What'd you say?
Is this the energy drink?
Yeah, I know. So he's at 2,400. Super cheap. The reason I like him, he played 34% of snaps last week for Seattle. We all thought that when Charbonnet got hurt that it was going to be Kenneth Walker 90%. But we know that Kenneth Walker, if you look at his history, he gets hurt. And they got to be careful with how much they play him and put him on the field. Now, this is the last game of the season, so they may go balls to the wall and just go for it. But he is a sneaky play at 2,400. Yeah. But that's not the most – the thing that was intriguing to me for him, he had 4 targets last week, 3 receptions for 27 yards. And he also ran the ball 3 times. So he had the opportunity to touch the ball 7 different times last week. So – at 2,400, when you can get a guy that's getting those kind of touches, that's a big deal.
In a flex spot, that's a good spot to be in because when you break down the snap share between Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, I mean it was pretty much 50%. So,
right.
I mean if he's getting 34, if he gets 40% of the snaps at 2,400, the way Charbonnet was working back there, that's pretty 100%. Solid.
Yeah. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is just tight ends in general, Pauls. Best statistical matchup for both teams because they have lockdown run, lockdown receivers. The opening there, though, is the potential for tight ends. New England was 20th to the tight end position, allowing 14.2 points. They were 11th in the league with receptions at 5.5 per game and 14th in yards per game at 55. But if you get 5 catches and 55 yards, you're already almost at 10 points there. And then Seattle was 14.6 fantasy points per game, but they allowed the sixth most receptions per game to the tight end at 6, and they allowed the fifth most yards per game at 63.89. So I really like Barner. If I had to pick a tight end this week, it's probably going to be Barner. Henry's a little bit overpriced for me at 7,000. He's even more expensive as a captain, but Barner at 4,800. I mean, gosh, it's hard not to take him, especially with him having the ability to be the tush push guy. You know what I'm saying? So there's just so many options for Barner. I really like him, and that's new. Seems to be New England's one statistical weakness if you look at their matchups. So now that I've gone for 10 minutes, I'm going to shut up, Cole. What you got? I might have named.
Yeah.
I think I probably just named everybody that was out there, but
Sitting with you guys is a lot like NBA on TNT. Whenever Charles Barkley starts talking, and he takes like 10 minutes, and then it goes to Kenny the Jet Smith, and then it goes back to Charles Barkley because he keeps talking again.
Yeah.
1 to 2, then back to 1, I think is what Shaq called it. Yeah, I like Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's an intriguing choice for me. New England's going to start bringing that pressure and heating up Sam Darnold. Then he's going to be looking underneath. And that's all Cooper Kupp can really run these days is underneath. But that man can stay getting open. He's still getting targets. He had 11 and 13 his last 2 games, so he's still productive.
Biggest moment in the game last week on that third or fourth down, whatever it was. I think it was even third down. They went to Cooper Kupp on that out route and got the first down, not in Jigba.
Yep.
Yeah. I really like Jalen Milroe to stay on the sideline.
You got to do this man like that, man. All the memories he gave us.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great soccer player. Best soccer slide tackle I've ever seen. Hunter Henry's not a bad pick for New England, but I really like Kayshon Boutte a lot. So it seems to be in almost every Super Bowl that the deep ball threats it tends to get a look. Valdez Scantling with the Chiefs in his time kind of gives me a reference. I feel like there's going to be some shots taken, and Boutte is really the only deep threat that I see on the New England Patriots. So if that Boutte gets loose, they need to make sure they get a hand on him.
Please say you like Boutte a lot. Please say please say it. I'll put you on the TikTok so fast. Please say it.
So I mean, if there's anybody I expect to be a deep threat, then give me some Boutte.
Hey, I know we're having some fun, but Boutte did have 6 targets last week, which was tied with Diggs for the most on the New England Patriots.
Can we just call him Boutte? Because I think it's Boutte.
It's Boutte, but it's hard not to call him Boutte.
It's Boutte?
No, dude. I'm pretty sure Al Michaels has called him Boutte all year, or somebody has.
Yeah, they're getting dared by their friends. I bet you won't say Boutte.
Add that to the list of names we've butchered if it's not Boutte.
I got a long list.
Let me figure out.
You got any more, Cole?
Yeah, you got any more?
No, those are my 2 I'm about to figure out.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Cool. Kayshon Boutte's name is pronounced Kayshon Boutte. Yes. So he's the New England Patriots receiver has confirmed the last name is pronounced phonetically as Boutte. So apologize, it is not Boutte, it is Boutte. So
all right.
Sorry, I know ball, guys. Sorry.
I apologize.
All right. Here we go. So prop bets. We're talking first touchdown of the game. We're talking anytime touchdown, Super Bowl MVP picks as well. We're using this based off FanDuel's numbers. So first touchdown of the game, best value to me is Rashid Shaheed at plus 1,800. Because if Seattle receives the kickoff and he houses that sucker, plus 1,800, I mean, he's going to be the first one to touch it. So I like him a lot. He's already done that once in the playoffs. He also catches their deep targets, 51-yarder last week. And I already talked about how he's playing more snaps than he has been. So first touchdown of the game, plus 1,800. That's my value. Give me Rashid Shaheed to return
I
a
think
kick.
this is also a spot where you could go double D lineup and then also put
Yes.
Rashid Shaheed in and get a
Yep.
12-point touchdown.
100%. If you
Receiving
believe it's going to be low scoring, I
Yeah.
think that's a great option.
So it's my turn, you said?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm going with Mac Hollins, first touchdown scorer. He had counted for 11.1% of the Patriots' red zone pass attempts this season, coming back from injury. And he has scored the first touchdown this year for the Patriots only once against the Miami Dolphins. But I do think Mac Hollins scores the first touchdown in the Super Bowl for the Patriots.
You have the odds on that one?
Oh, yeah, plus 2,200.
Plus 22.
$1 wins you 22, $10 wins you 220, $100 wins you $2,000.
I don't have 100, but I got $1. All right, Cole, what you got?
I like Hunter Henry. My pick was Mac Hollins. It got taken. I like Hunter Henry.
Sorry.
Hey,
No,
Hunter
I
Henry's
mean,
not a bad
it is
pick.
what it is. Hunter Henry's, I'd probably say, would be a safe pick if the Patriots do a grinded out drive to start the game.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry was my backup to if somebody stole Matt Collins from me. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, so the reason I see that is if it is a grinded out drive and they go down the field with Ramondre Stevenson, it sets a bootleg pass and Hunter Henry possibly at the flat being open. I think I like that a lot for a potential touchdown.
Cole, stop for a second. He had Hunter Henry 30.6% of the team's red zone targets this year. So
That's good.
Pretty heavy. 22 total targets inside the 20.
What's his odds?
He's not a safe pick. I got him at plus 1,700 on FanDuel.
Yeah, it's not a bad one actually. If you really want to take it, Mac Hollins is the difference between Mac Hollins and Hunter Henry for odds and actual attempts at 11% versus 30%. Hunter Henry is a much better play.
Y'all want to do a 3-pick parlay for first time touchdowns for our 3 guys?
You can't do that. What are you talking about?
Let's see what y'all say.
He was waiting to see which one of us was going to be stupid enough to say, "Yeah, let's do it."
What are you talking about, you freaking dingus?
Now we can.
I figured y'all get that right.
Now we can do that for this one. Anytime TD, and like we said, we're just having fun here. Anytime touchdown scorer. Gabe, what you got?
Anytime touchdown score, I'm going with AJ Barner for the Seahawks, mainly because of the dual threat potential, tush push, or getting a good matchup in the slot against maybe a linebacker or a safety, and he just out muscles them. I just really don't see any way that they let Njigba score multiple touchdowns, and I'm going AJ Barner. AJ Barner has the 4th shortest odds of any player on this slate to score a touchdown. Give me AJ Barner.
I like it.
Plus 240.
Plus 240. Yeah, I like it. I've got Ramondre Stevenson at plus 135. I think that's a safe play. I went Ramondre Stevenson Raheed Shaheed as a fun first TD of the game, but safe play wise, you're getting plus value on Ramondre Stevenson in this game. I love it with his snap share and his ability to catch. He's one of my favorite anytime touchdown scorers at plus 135. Cole.
Are we doing safe picks or are we doing creative picks? I guess is the question.
Either one.
We're giving 2 safe ones if you want to get risky. I mean, no one watches this anyway, except for a few people. So
y'all have done 2 safe ones, you said? Shaheed and AJ Barner are safe ones?
I did Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh, I thought you said Raheed Shaheed.
He did.
I did for my first touchdown.
No, I thought you meant any. I thought you did any time on this one.
Nah.
My bad.
You're good.
So do you have Hunter Henry for both? That's fine.
I mean, they would cash either way because
exactly.
It's true.
So
I'm not gonna
Parlay
know.
it.
What kind of lazy take is that? It's the most lazy take of all time.
Okay, Double D. What's your other one?
Give me Drake May anytime rushing touchdown.
That's just
Ooh,
okay. All right, it's not
I
bad.
like it.
But like Brayton touched on his rushing upside earlier, and he scored a touchdown last week rushing. So yeah,
I like it
not
a
don't hate it.
lot.
Oh, cash. Cash
Now we
now.
could parlay all three of our anytimes: Drake, Ramondre, and Varner.
But yeah, we may
Totally
have
do
to
that.
change that up though because I don't know that I want to go Ramondre and Drake rushing touchdowns.
I don't think I'd want to do that either. There's only gonna be one touchdown scored for both teams.
Yeah, three's a long. That's a big ask, boys.
Yeah.
It may not be three in this game.
It's
All right, let's
final score
jump.
is gonna be 38-21 probably. I haven't said that, but
Yeah, which I will. I'll take that. I'll lose everything. My showdown lineups could suck as long as we have a good game. It's like 24-27 or something.
Right.
All right, Super Bowl MVPs. This was an easy one for me because quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl MVP 34 out of 59 games that have been played. Give me Drake May with the plus odds over Sam Darnold at plus 230. Drake May, my Super Bowl MVP. I think he's got the best odds for an award that typically goes to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Gabe?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm fading the quarterbacks here.
Oh,
And like I said, mainly because I'm a proponent of people being due for touchdowns. Give me Ramondre Stevenson at plus 2,800 to win Super Bowl MVP. Catch maybe a passing touchdown or catch a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown in a potential defensive battle. He's had games this year with multiple receiving touchdowns and rushing touchdowns. So I like Ramondre.
yeah. If you like that, you might as well go ahead and parlay it with a 2-time touchdown at plus 1,000.
Yep.
yeah, I like Ramondre Stevenson too. That was gonna be my pick. So let's see. Let's get creative here. Let's say something crazy. Let's say Christian Gonzalez gets 2 picks in a low scoring game.
Hey, that'll do it.
Do you know what his
One of
odds
them
are?
probably needs to be a pick six. I can find it out for you.
I know what they are. They're plus 10,000, I think, for Super Bowl MVP.
I don't
One
mind it.
dollar wins you $1 wins you 100, 10 wins you 1,000, 100 wins you like 10 grand. So
Dang.
Now, obviously, I just threw that out there because let's get crazy, man. Last one of the year. Who's gonna listen to it? In the words of
Yeah.
The Water Boy, the movie The Water Boy. It's last game of the year, Brett. Can only think back now.
he had shorter odds to win Super Bowl MVP than the Booty Bandit, AJ Barner, and Hunter
Wow.
Henry, and Matt Collins.
I know ball.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I know, Paul. Well, anything y'all want to wrap up with? Any last statements before we close down a fun Super Bowl pod?
Oh, man, enjoyed it. It's been a great season. Appreciate the
Been
people
awesome
that
season.
watched.
Yeah,
If
absolutely.
you at least got something out of this, it was a success one week. So that's what we strive. We try to make everybody's Sunday a little bit better and easier to find good information. So
Yeah,
we have a good time doing it. We just want to help at least one person out.
yeah, no
At
doubt.
least.
Just one. That's all it takes, baby. But hope you guys enjoy the Super Bowl. We will catch you next year, sadly. But we're out. See you guys.